that's how we sync the audio and the video together.
Yeah, sync it up.
I learned that from
Sink or swim.
I learned that from Craig, I believe. Craig showed me that, but then I think no, you guys were doing that when you were shooting the music video.
Well, yeah, no, that was more of a countdown. So like, we were, like,
yeah,
ready because there was no. It was weird because like we had a version of the song with the metronome on it, but for some reason we didn't have it. Didn't count into the song, so it like started and the metronome was part of it.
Oh, it's already like doot,
yeah.
doot, doot,
But we could have used like a 4 count, but I didn't ask for that. So
you didn't ask for that. Who fucking wants that? Who needs a 4 count?
I don't want to hear a beat in the background.
Listen, you had the best 4 count there.
Yeah.
Me.
Exactly.
I gave you guys the count.
You did. It was a 3 count plus 1.
That's right.
So you're basically a referee.
Like a what's the word? A transcended referee.
Yeah, there you go.
I do 4 counts instead of 3.
Right. You got to really win this one. You can't like the 3 counts. No, you got to do better than that. 1 better to be exact.
God. So how's it going, bud?
Well, today was kind of a long day. You were there. You saw it.
I was here, but I wasn't present.
I was everywhere and yet not. Gavin Rosdale Bush. I'm with everyone and yet not. That's what it is.
But yeah, I mean, today we were talking about it earlier. It was not a busy day. Like, well, it was a busy day. We had a lot of work to do, but like in the sense of it being like, the workload was pretty like light.
Yeah.
Stretched out across.
Yeah,
the day.
like, as far as pro wrestling tee stuff, like we are kind of like coasting. But then I had the horror house. I'll plug them real quick. Some shirts for Vinny and them. So, but wanted to make sure to get those done. So yeah, I just kind of like put my head down. I worked. I didn't even take a break today. Just went at it.
Just went through. I did take a break today. I went and got my hair cut.
I could tell.
It's beautiful. My beautiful curly hair.
It looks crispy.
Crispy.
It looks.
I don't want it to look crispy.
Nah, it looks fresh.
It looks
freshly
fresh.
crisp.
I was like, it kind of
like
looks.
You took a bite of an apple.
Oh, I'll get you
in September.
That's September apple.
A September apple.
Those fall
golden
apples.
delicious.
Golden.
What's your favorite kind of apple?
I was just gonna ask you what you.
Hey, what's your favorite color?
I'll be honest. What's my favorite color? I'll give you.
I think it's
2 guesses.
I want to say it's yellow.
It could be. There's a little bit of yellow in this room.
All right. Well.
But you know what's fun? You mentioned Golden Delicious apples specifically. I would say are probably my favorite kind of apple.
Yeah.
Or just like
the Granny Smiths up there.
Like once in a while, Granny Smith is good, but that shit's too
Honeycrisp.
sour. Honeycrisp are good too.
Honeycrisp. Honestly, that's probably the crisp part. So you got a Honeycrisp haircut.
I got a Honeycrisp haircut.
Yeah, that's a new Action Bronson song.
Honeycrisp haircut.
Honeycrisp haircut.
Butter my honey buns with my Honeycrisp haircut.
Yeah. So, you think Action Bronson would play Woodstock '99?
I think that's a this guy with his segues. I think he would probably fit in on that lineup.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd be day one or like fucking the one telling everybody to start a fire.
No, I don't think he'd be a fire guy.
He would definitely come out. When I saw him at Riot Fest a couple years ago, he came out like in his like workout gear, and I was like, okay. And like people were chanting Hook. That was actually
cool.
Yeah,
this was
like,
right around the time when he wrestled with him.
Right after he wrestled with him or whatever.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
I really popped for that. I was like, yeah, let's go, Action Bronson.
And, dude, brother got in some good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was a bigger dude. Like, big dude. He loves to eat. I mean, he was a chef, right? So, like, you know.
Their whole show, they had the show just smoking and talking about stuff. Then they had the Fuck That's Delicious, where he just ate. But, yeah, I mean.
That's what this show could be.
But, you know what? Yeah, I honestly, like, I admire stuff like that. Like, when somebody commits to something. I mean, I know obviously he's not still wrestling, but just to be able to get into that kind of shape, that's commendable.
I mean, it takes dedication. I mean, like anybody who gets into good shape or like
not even just for wrestling.
Yeah, just like in general, it's like
I think I need to change and like committing to that change, and we can say besides even getting in shape, like mentally too. Just how
Mental
you act.
shape.
Mental shape, mental gymnastics.
I am doing mental gymnastics every day.
Yeah,
and I am in the
baby.
best mental shape of my life. But yeah, no, I agree. Like taking care of yourself, no matter if it's physically, mentally, monetarily, you need to
Taking care of business.
take care of your business
every day. Taking care of business every way. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I should probably introduce you.
Hey, what's up?
Actually, introduce yourself. You do a better job at that than I would.
Hi, my name is. I'm Jacob Taus. I'm from the band East Moon. On social media, I'm at Lil Grungy. And the band is at We Are East Moon.
We are East Moon. And
I also work with Nicholas Almendarez, the Matt Nix, Purple Poppy. He goes by many names. I work with him at Pro Wrestling Tees / 1 Hour Tees. I frequent freelance wrestling shows. You might have seen me get into a few tiffs with that fuck PHUQ Trevor Outlaw.
Fuck.
I did not swear. I said fook.
You could swear. That's okay.
No, I'm just
We're
saying.
adults.
I didn't.
Oh, but you didn't swear. No,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's what I'm saying. Just to clarify. Yeah, and so I'm a big fan of yours, big fan. And I appreciate you having me on here so we could talk about stuff that we talk about like on a normal day.
On a daily basis. Just dumb stuff that comes to mind.
Like if you ever are at work and there's like somebody that constantly annoys you, there's two of us and we're both there.
we come in a pair.
Yeah, it's like you literally see people put headphones on so that they don't hear us talking anymore.
Either that or we'll just randomly. I mean, this man is a musician. I am not, but I sing a lot. I love singing.
He can hold a note. He's done karaoke. I've been there. Shout out Jason. I've also seen him do karaoke.
Shout out Jason Midas.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm a professional karaokeer, but I wouldn't even consider myself that. I just enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I can understand why, like having that feeling, that rush you kind of get from. I mean, I also get it from wrestling too sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
But like from singing in front of a crowd, it's a different feeling of appreciation, I guess.
Yeah, like we actually went out for your birthday, and I play shows. I've played shows. I've had my mom. My parents are in bands. My mom has brought me up where I'm like singing, but it's definitely a different kind of rush when you do karaoke because it's almost like you're waiting for them to call your name. And then all of a sudden they call your name, and then you're on the spot to sing the song that you're like, wait, what song did I pick? And then maybe you're drunk, so that also,
you don't even remember.
You're like, oh shit. And then then you get up there and you realize like it's not like your show. People don't know you. They're not there to see you. And then so you're singing and all these eyes are on you, and you're just like, well, I hope this sounds good.
Oh,
man. or at least I'm having fun. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's the way you look at it.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely a different kind of rush, a little bit of anxiety. But it's fun, It's just like, jumping in a pool off the diving board, It's like sometimes it's good to have a little bit of a rush, it's like getting on a roller coaster or something,
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, that's a thing that like people talk about how they're like, oh, I wish I could do this, but like I'm too embarrassed. I'd be too embarrassed. I'm too shy.
Yeah.
And I totally feel that. And like people that probably like, and you're kind of the same way too. I can tell is like we are very extroverted individuals, like in like a group setting, but like individually, I feel like we are individually introverted.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I talk a lot, so I know I come off as like super extroverted, but I also keep a lot of shit to myself. So it's like, I don't know. I try to be mindful of like who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about and how I put myself out there in general.
Yeah,
So
I mean it is hard sometimes because you don't want to like, not in a sense like scare people away, but like turn people off on you just by like oversharing sometimes. Right. I know I do that a lot.
Or overstepping.
Overstepping, yeah.
Which is, that's a thing too. But yeah, no, I definitely feel the same way. Like I don't know. I've had even at, pro wrestling tees, I could say. I've had spots where especially when I first started, where I came out and I was just like, here's me, and like not realizing that not everybody is ready for that. Over time, I think people are like, okay, I think I get why this guy is the way he is.
Yeah.
But I know that there's times where I'm like, here's me, hey, what's up, and then I feel stupid because I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't do that. And then I take it all the way back. And then nobody realizes I'm in my head about it.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden I'm,
Yeah, no, it's like we said earlier, mental gymnastics
Yeah.
sometimes. Like the daily life of just like navigating your workspace sometimes is that just trying to be like, I'm just like, listen, man, I'm just trying to show up,
Yeah.
do my job, and like, make money so I can live my life and be happy.
Yeah.
And you can't always get along with everybody around you.
Yeah.
But you do we all do our best to kind of coexist the best we can.
I'm all about showing respect to other people and everything like that. And it's funny too, because it's like, I think I just felt really comfortable because I'll be honest, like I am comfortable at Pro Wrestling Tees. Like I walked right in and right off the bat, everybody I met was like, oh man, almost everybody I have something in common with, at least a little bit of a thing. So now that I've been there longer and everything, I got to know everybody, they got to know me, and it's cool. No big deal,
NBD.
NBD. We just be
NBD.
chilling, straight chilling.
It is a cool spot. Like,
Yeah.
and
Everybody got like the best way. I mean, I know we talked about it last time. We
Sure.
probably talked, but I mean, this whole place is like a hub. Like that's one thing I appreciate is like I literally have seen other people doing the work to build their own brands besides working for Pro Wrestling Tees. And it inspired me in my band, to be honest, and it's really cool because now I feel like some of our like East Moon's hard work is coming into play, and I'm at a place where people understand where I'm coming from when it comes to being in the band. And feel like I have a lot of support, even if nobody, that nobody can always make the shows, or it doesn't matter. The fact is, I play music because I love it, and it's just like cool to be in a spot where I can really like do it, and I can really like, still have the energy after work to continue to do band stuff, to say, hey, I got to cut out this day because we have this show or whatever. And they're like, cool, good luck, have fun,
Yeah. It's nice to have that, like,
Yeah.
that support, but also knowing that, like, it's, like, not like a safety net, but, like, knowing that, like, you don't have to worry about, like, man, I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for, like, taking too
Yeah.
many days off for my
Right.
band. Like,
I
everyone,
don't even do it like that. But
no,
yeah,
but it's never been that way here.
Yeah.
Like they're very much like they trust us, knowing that like we will get the work done.
Yeah.
And we get everything done as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
And
I mean, just as much as I'm in the band, I work for Pro Wrestling Tees. You know what I mean? I put in just the same amount of effort that I would when I'm at work as I would when I'm working on stuff for the band. you know?
yeah,
Like I do everything like, I have a certain focus and a certain way of how I do things. And, I'm not just like dragging ass and just expecting stuff, I try to earn my keep, there and, with music stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool.
it's
pretty
really
cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's all right.
No, dude, it really is. And like, I love to like, we work for anybody who can picture this, like in the shop. There's like, it's a big warehouse. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands right now. But there's like a big heater where the belt. There's a belt that goes down the middle of it where we print the shirts. We put them on the belt that go through underneath the heater, and it dries the shirts, and they get ready for getting packaged up for shipping. So where we work on either side of the, like right in front of the heater. So
yeah,
we're kind of
like the last in line. There's like Wong's over here, Tyrone's over here, Manny's all the way in front, and then I'm over here and Nick's over here, and then here's the heater.
yeah.
And
So
shows the
so
shirts
we got like, probably like, I would say like 6 to 8 feet
6
in
to 8
between
feet.
us, and so we just talk all day about like
Yeah.
random shit, and like him being in from the music industry, me being in the wrestling industry, like there's so many like crossover
Yeah.
like things of like weird things, and like
It's super parallel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you know, it's like if we would have switched lives, we probably still would have been doing the same thing. Just
Yeah,
we'd be
like
two different people. Like I'd be Matt Nix and
like
you'd be Jacob.
yeah,
Tice.
like parallel Earth kind of
Yeah,
thing.
like it's really like being an entertainer in general is yeah, like when you're a wrestler, first of all you got to learn your skill. Second of all, you got to develop, who you are as a person, as a character and everything like that. You got to kind of like factor in different things and how to like not necessarily market yourself but curate your image and everything like that. And then it's the same way with music. You got to learn your instrument, you got to learn how to play, you got to learn what style you fit into.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn how to promote yourself. You got to get yourself on shows. Either way, whether you're a wrestler and you're in a band,
You got to grind.
you got to grind. You got to network with people. You got to try to get the bigger opportunities. You got to take all the opportunities you get with a grain of salt, big or small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't let them go to your head because
Yeah.
it can easily disappear as quickly
Yeah.
as it came to you.
Yeah, like that old saying is, it's not hard to get on top, but staying there is the hard part.
Exactly.
And that's really like, even if you're not on top, even if you don't feel like you're on top, you always have work to do. You always have room for improvement and to tighten up your skills. And even when people are telling you you're great and you're the best, you should still try to be like, well, I'm not going to lose it.
Mhm. No, absolutely.
Whatever's working for me, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to figure out how to do it even better. So, but yeah, definitely all the conversations we have, like a lot of road stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just crazy stuff that you experience just being an entertainer and being around like different people that, like, I don't know, an average Joe that works in an office that like, his goal is, just, and there's nothing wrong, but just, I
Sure.
want to have my house. I want to have my kids.
Different priorities.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, they're working on that. That's what they're doing. But there's literally situations I know we've put ourselves in just because we want this so bad, as far as like being a wrestler or being a musician, that it's like, wow, like sometimes you look back and you're like, geez, I can't believe I was like doing that. I can't believe I was at that place or around these people or whatever,
Yeah.
For better or for worse, really.
And like part of that too, like is like you tell me stories about previous bands that you've been in,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like you talk about like shows that you played, bands that you played with, but venues that you played in as well. Talk about that a little bit too. I know like, you've mentioned that you've played some pretty big and prominent venues in Chicago in the past.
Yeah. So we've played my old band. I mean, I'm just going to kind of jump around here, but like one of the cooler places that we played right off the bat was Metro. I got to headline the Metro once. Opened the first time we played, headlined the second time we played.
Dang.
I wish ticket sales
How
were
does
better.
how does that feel? Because to me the Metro is kind of like
It's like the Mecca.
The Mecca of it's the ultimate venue. Like if you're a real music fan, I guess. I mean, I'm sure somebody's gonna like shit all over that, but to me that's like where you go to see like the history of that venue, as far as like the bands that have, not just bands but artists that have come through there over the years. It's incredible, and it's such an intimate, like grimy kind of venue.
Yeah.
But it's like that's where you want to see music.
It's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like they gutted a high school auditorium and then they made a huge surround sound system, and they're like, also we sell alcohol.
Yeah, and there's a balcony.
Yeah, and there's a balcony just in case. But no, like I've seen some incredible shows at Metro since I was like in high school, taking the red line up there myself. Like my parents not even really realizing I was going anywhere. And like I saw some of my favorite bands there. I saw last year, we saw Smashing Pumpkins. The only way to go was to like win the tickets.
You had to win tickets
on the radio. A bunch of us were calling constantly. And
hold on, let me pause that for a second. Let me just say something. In my life, I have called into the radio maybe like a handful of times, and I'm like, I don't consider myself lucky, or like luck does not play well to me. and we were calling in that entire week. It had to been longer than a week.
Yeah, because it was like every day. It was like every day for a week.
We called in every 30 minutes, every
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah,
We were just
I think it was every hour that they were like, yeah, but
call, hang up. As soon as I got the busy signal, hang up, call back, hang
Yeah.
up, call back, and like some of the times because I think then he got through.
yeah, but
And-
I was a different number. They're like, sorry, you're like
Oh.
caller 13 or whatever.
Yeah, and then I got through the same way, and they were just like, oh, like I was close, and I was just like, damn, like trying to sweet talk the person on the other end of the phone and be like, come on, like what do I got to do to
They're
like?
like, it doesn't work like that.
I know,
No, but
but it was the excitement
Yeah.
of like being like, dude, that like it kind of felt like nostalgic in a way of like. That's how it used to be to see a lot of artists, like, to get those sold out tickets, you had to call into the radio station. And I didn't really grow up in that era
Yeah.
per se, but like,
I
it was
mean,
kind
I
of,
waited for tickets, but I never okay, I'm a liar. I had a job one time where I called in and I won tickets to see Kiss front row
Nice.
at Tinley Park, whatever it's called now.
oh, the Tweeter or
yeah, it's always
something.
something different. I don't care.
Tinley
anymore.
Park Tweeter Center.
Yeah, Tinley Park Tweeter Arena. But yeah, so this one, funny story, Smashing Pumpkins at Metro. I literally, because they were saying it every hour on the hour, they were giving away tickets, and I started realizing, like, if I call right away, like, there's other people that are also calling. So I just started calling whenever I felt like it. Like, I just wasn't even listening to the radio, to be honest with you. I was just calling. And I kid you not, I woke up first thing in the morning. I was on the toilet and I called just thinking to myself, that would be so funny if they answered because there's no way.
There's no way.
I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. And the dude answered. He's like, congratulations, you won tickets to Smashing Pumpkins. And I was like, holy shit. Like, literally, holy shit. It was crazy.
Literally.
But I was like, whoa. Like, I was just like,
What a way to start your day.
yeah, I literally had just woke up. Like, I'm not even kidding with you. And I had called so much the days before that I was like almost going to give up. And I just called and got through. And it ended up being really cool. We were lucky enough to get access to the balcony with like the Q101 people,
Nice.
the owner of Metro. And we were just like some of the Smashing Pumpkins, like family and shit. And it was crazy. So
No, and that's a show that you would that's a show for people that wouldn't know or that wouldn't be aware that it would be like a special show to
Yeah.
see there because it's Smashing Pumpkins, huge Chicago band, and got I would say their start or like a lot of their like early success playing big shows at Metro
Yeah.
back in the day. So like to be able to see it in current day,
yeah, it was like
is special.
it was almost like, obviously we know how big Smashing Pumpkins are, how many hits they have, but it was almost like a local show because he's talking to the owners, like the people in the crowd, because
He's seen these
he
people.
knows a bunch of people. Yeah, he's known them. So like, I had played Metro since then, but just to say, like, the Metro is a huge place, like. And I don't mean size-wise. I mean just like you said, a mecca. It's
For
an
like-
important place. Nirvana played there. I saw Glassjaw there. I saw Blood Brothers there. Saw Norma Jean in the HXC heyday. Converge. I mean, like, I've seen so many bands that I really, really love. I didn't see Nirvana there. I'm just saying they played there. That was
Yeah.
cool. I wish. But so I got to play there. I got to play the first ever hardcore show at Reggie's.
Nice. Yeah.
Got to play like Congress Theater, like Battle of the Bands, but we somehow got set up with the headlining spot, so that was cool.
He's like somehow I don't know. I guess like people kind of liked us. Like
It worked out. I'll say that. Even like I feel like that kind of was a scam, but I'm still happy to have played there.
fucking, it probably was a scam. God damn it! It's the entertainment business.
But,
Everyone's scamming somebody.
Got to fill in for a band, play House of Blues, and that show sold out. That was really cool. A band called Chicago Loud 9. They were like literally a 9-piece band. They were like
Were they
rap.
very
rock,
loud?
Jazz. They were kind of loud.
They played pretty
Those
loud.
horns were loud.
That sounds
There's
pretty
a
cool.
horn section.
I'm into that kind of shit. Like
There's actually videos of that on YouTube. But I'll show you one day.
On the YouTube.
On the YouTubes. So yeah, with that being said, I'm excited for the future of East Moon because as much of the venues and cool stuff that I got to do in Chicago, it seems like things are rolling along kind of nicely for us. And I know like right now in March of 2024, we're getting ready to release our album. Beginning of April, we're doing our album release show. We got some other shows that we haven't announced yet. When do you think you'll air this?
This is probably it'll probably go up on. I mean, maybe tomorrow
Tomorrow.
Maybe
Okay.
tomorrow, but for sure, probably Monday.
Okay, well then I'm not gonna spill the beans just in case because I'm still waiting for the last confirmation of other people. But like we have a opportunity to open for a major band. We got stuff set up to go back to bigger venues later on in the year. Riot Fest just added us to one of their playlists of
That's
bands
right.
you should check out.
So check that out on Spotify.
Yeah, or just check us out on Spotify because to be honest with you, we
That's
need
true.
those plays. We need them streams, baby. East Moon. But yeah. So I mean,
And like when you first started at Pro Wrestling Tees, like that's like right when like you guys started Eastman,
Yeah,
right? Like because
literally.
I remember you being like, oh, I'm starting a new band. Like I used to be in these other bands, and then like I remember you like talking about like the beginning of it and everything, and just seeing how much you guys have grown since then. It has been like exciting to see, like from my perspective.
Yeah,
'cause-
no, I appreciate that. And it's funny too because like yeah, when I started, we were just starting and like all I had to show for myself was my old stuff. And to me, it was weird because as much as my band was growing, there was times where I felt like a has-been because I'm like, man, all I'm talking about is past stuff. Like I'm not talking about anything I'm doing right now. Like cuz to me, that's how I measure myself at least. It's not like, it's what have you done for me lately, but to myself.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so
I know that.
so it's like I felt like okay, we're building on this, but I also in the back of my head wonder, does anybody see like the work that we're actually putting in? Like, is anybody actually listening to this? And just from my point of view to this point, it is really cool. Like I feel like I said, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt. I don't want to focus too much on anything because like at the end of the day, yes, the accomplishments are cool, but I really just love to play music. Like, I really just don't want to stop playing music. And I just, like, I don't feel like myself when I don't have a band. And I'm not, writing stuff. And I'm not playing. And I'm not messing with my guitar. And I'm not...
You need to be creative.
Yeah.
You need to expel these creative thoughts and feelings and these lyrics and the music that you write and everything. It needs to come out somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, so, like, finally being able to do it more consistently, it's almost like... I'm like, wow, okay, I'm right back where I need to be. Like I felt lost for a little bit, to be honest, until the ball started rolling more and more. We had some member hiccups, but all love to the people. The whole like 90% of the band has been the same, except we've been going through bass players, but we got a bass player now who like we're all of us since he joined literally have a group chat constantly going almost every day. So like we're all in on it, and it's like it's really nice. It's refreshing. But yeah, when we started, myself and Tara, we were in a band called Light Moves with our bass player at the time, who was the first bass player for East Moon.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Eric. And my friend Tony hit me up. It seemed like Light Moves was going to end. Tony said, hey, could you check this song out? If you like it, will you record some vocals on it? I was like, okay. I checked it out and I thought it was cool. And he said, I sent him some vocals. He said, hey, do you think Tara would want to put some keys on it? So I said, Tara, he wants you to put some keys on this song, but I'm telling you right now, he's trying to trick us into starting a band with him. I'm like, I guarantee you. I was like, I know that I was like, so let me put it in your head. Do you think?
Was there lyrics to it?
No. He just
Oh,
sent
you
me
did the
like some
lyrics.
guitar, yeah, and some like, he recorded.
He's like, hey, can you think you can think of a name for it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hey, you want to think of like 12 other ones and we'll put it together?
We'll just keep going. But no, so what happened was 2019, I tell Tara and I'm like, hey, we're actually still jamming with Eric, but I think our drummer in Light Moves is done. And it was just me, Tara, Eric, and this guy Ray for Light Moves. So Tony's a guitar player, I'm a guitar player. 2 guitar players is cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, do you guys want to start, just see what he wants, you know what I mean? So we looked for a drummer. We found our drummer, DJ, which we knew him from
Shout out DJ.
Shout out DJ. He was in a band called Low Country, which just recently ended. But they're all homies of mine, and I've known them, but I only crossed paths with DJ. We played shows together. We briefly talked, and we were cool, cordial. But we're looking for a drummer. DJ just happens to say, I'm looking for another project. I want to play more like indie rock, or I don't know necessarily exactly what he said, but I hit him up. He came over. It was instant. And, so myself, Tara, Eric, Tony, and DJ, we started East Moon. And 2020 hit. And I'm like,
all that fun
I
stuff.
was like, here we go again. Like we just started a band and everybody's going to lose interest. And it was like, no, everybody was still talking. We had recorded some stuff. Then when we heard we can get together, we started getting together. And then 2020, everything started lifting. So it's 2021. And we were just like, okay, we got some more songs. We have some more ideas. Everybody's sitting on stuff. And it was like we were even more rejuvenated. So we started playing a couple of shows, Eric wanted to move on with his career. He also plays hockey. He's won hella championships at this point.
Sick.
So he was like, I'm going to bow out. We got another bass player, this guy, Michael Aaron Anderson, who was also in Little Country and also was in our old band, Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, briefly because we needed a bass player. So he came and his career kind of took him like, I'm going to be traveling so much. I don't know if I have time. Understandable. Had a couple of people come out. Then we had a buddy named Jermaine. He came out. He jammed with us for a while. And then same thing, careers, like
Yeah.
people got families. And I understand people want to start families or whatever the case may be. And so now we're with Santiago. He was in a band called The New Diet.
Shout out Santi.
Yeah. It worked. He works at Bottom Lounge too, so that's cool. But yeah, he was in a band called The Burst in the Bloom too. But when we were in Standing, we played hella shows with The New Diet, and so like it's another DJ situation where we mingled, we crossed paths, we kept in touch, and then we need a bass player. He comes out, and it's like, okay,
boom,
this is it. Everybody's like,
that's our guy.
This is where it's at. Yeah. And now we're just grinding.
That's got to be a great feeling too. Like after like and like you said, no hard feelings to the other guys.
No,
but
it's
like,
all love. Like literally, I think Eric's gonna come hang out with us this weekend.
Nice.
So.
But to go through like the revolving door, which is like tale as old as time with bands. Like you hear that throughout history for even the biggest bands of all time. Like had gone through so many members, and to find somebody now that you're like, this is a good fit. I like this.
Yeah, I mean, we have a similar background, and it's cool with him too because like he's definitely down for the cause. He's down to network, and a lot of being in a band is kind of like showing face without being annoying.
Yeah,
like you really gotta like.
It's like wrestling too.
You really gotta be there. You gotta be at shows. You gotta talk to people. You gotta say sorry to bother you, but maybe would you mind checking this out? And hope they do. And if they don't take it hard.
Don't take it personal, yeah.
But it's like, everybody in the band, like I said, it's cool. Like we're constantly in communication. Everybody has ideas and, luckily we're kind of executing this stuff. We just put out a music video.
Yeah.
Shout out Matt Nix who helped us. I gave you and Ryan a special thank you in the YouTube video.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, Ryan obviously let us use the warehouse. Well, they don't obviously know that, but now they do.
They don't know.
They don't know that. Oh, but yeah, you helped us out big time, and yeah, shout that out too.
Hell yeah. No, that was super cool. Like I'd never been like behind the scenes for a music video shoot, so I was very curious to just kind of see the process, and it ended up being awesome. Like seeing the way it's shot so many different times and then like cut together in like a seamless fashion that like it's awesome to see it. Like
I don't know how to tell you this, but we weren't really there. That was all AI.
Ooh. My eyeballs are AI.
Anyway, but yeah, no, man, it was cool. Like, we started doing the video, and like my initial thought, like the way it was explained to me, I guess the way I explained it to myself was, he was like, I'm gonna do a performance video, and I was like, okay. So I told everybody, just we're gonna play. He's gonna record us. We're gonna just pretend we're playing, and I thought it was gonna be a one shot, one take. Maybe we do a couple of takes. And then, so like we did the one take and we went super hard. And he's like, all right, let's do another one. All right, super hard. And he's like, all right, now I'm going to do one to just you. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right.
He was going in depth.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't realize, like, I mean, I know I've done music videos before, but like just the word performance video, I thought it was just a playthrough. Like, all right, we're going to pretend we're playing it, whatever. So then, yeah, we broke everybody up. Everybody had their own individual. Some of the people, if they were going to be in the shot, they had to stay there, and then I did an individual singing with the microphone and everything like that. And so, yeah, we stretched that out. We did it from about 11 o'clock to like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Almost straight shooting.
And it didn't feel like it was like that long. It
No.
felt like a couple hours, but like it was, there was high energy.
Don't tell my body that, because I was going hard. I was going
They were going hard.
Call me Dwayne The Rock Johnson, because I was rock hard.
But yeah, no, that was cool, and the final product's great.
Yeah, shout out Arnley Cerna,
Shout out
Sleepwalker,
Arnley,
who
dude.
also
Let's
talk about that.
Yeah, oh my god. So like these are just the dumb, stupid things that happened to me. I shouldn't say dumb and stupid, because it was actually really cool. So like showing up and just showing up to help, not really knowing what I'm going to do. But I showed up with the camera that I'm currently shooting this on right now. Brand new camera. Don't really know how to use it that well. But I was like fiddling around with it, taking pictures, videos of things. And I was like, I'm going to take some videos of them doing the video, like behind the scenes kind of stuff. And the guy who was shooting Arnley, he was like, he saw my camera and he was kind of like, oh, like, are you like a vlogger or something? Like, and I was like, no, like, well, I guess kind of, but like
At this point, no.
So
This is a
not a vlog. I mean, it's kind
a
of
video podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, like, no, not necessarily, but I kind of explained what I was doing, and like that I was just kind of like dipping my toes into this, and I don't really know much about the cameras, but shout out like Craig Hearn and Mike Robles for giving me some good advice on purchasing a nice camera, and going way too in depth in this explanation here. But anyway, so
Give them that shout out. They deserve it.
Shout out everybody.
It.
So he's like, oh, let me take a look at your camera, and he was like, looking it over, showing me how things work on it, giving me some advice and stuff, which is cool, like, helpful information no matter what. And we just kind of got to talking a little bit, and he's like telling me a little bit about himself and the stuff the work that he does outside of making music videos. And he's just like, man, like it's like one thing I've always wanted to do. The one thing, my dream has been to shoot pro wrestling shows. And I'm like, well, let me tell you something, brother. And he was like,
Oh, I know who you are.
yeah. He goes, oh, I know. And I was like, oh, yeah. Apparently we had spoken back in like 2014 and spoken like briefly. We had exchanged messages about an unrelated matter. And I was like, oh, and he's like, I wouldn't have expected you to remember. And I'm like, I mean, I have terrible memory as it is. But I mean, I'm glad that the universe kind of brought us back together again. And I'm just like, dude, like, you want to shoot wrestling? I have wrestling. So he came to the last show at Emporium that we just had in Justice with Dan Housen and on the show and everything. And he was just like, let me come and just shoot, and you tell me if it's good or not. I'm like, okay. He showed me like examples on his social media. I saw the music video that he posted. I was like, I know this is going to be good. And I didn't really give him much direction either, too. I just told him, I was like, just sizzle reel.
Yeah.
Sizzle reel. I need it this length and just make it look cool.
Yeah.
And
That's not hard.
He just knocked it out of the park. So definitely gonna be having him come to more shows and helping us do more stuff like that. So, but that's a great like that connection not only happened, but it happened specifically because of our connection and the connection of like us and like you doing your music video and like just being there. Like I wouldn't have had that connection. So.
Dude, I honestly like me and Tara have talked about this. I love stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't even on purpose, you know.
No.
We needed some help. Like we needed one extra hand for the video. And like I knew Arnley liked wrestling, you know, like but I would have never put that together. But luckily that's how that happened. You know, one of my friends, he makes macaroons. They're horror themed and it's called Bad Channel. And I introduced him to Vinny and like, you know, Vinny hooked him up with the Brood and he started selling macaroons out of there, you know, like that's like one of their main customers. And it's stuff like that. I have no real thing to do with that, but it's just nice to see friends like connecting on other things. Like that's cool when it's organic. Like, because like I'm not out here like playing matchmaker. I'm not trying to set anything up or, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to force anything. But it's like it's just like, oh hell yeah, like you guys are cool now. Like now we're all friends. That's cool, you know.
And that's like you know, the idea of like you know, just like a community, you know, like being very like
we're the scene.
We're the scene,
baby.
But like a community like is built off of like like-minded individuals, you know, sharing experiences and, you know, expertise, you know, to help each other, to help lift each other up, and and to bring, you know, if I know how to do this and you need the help with that, I'll help you do that. Then it's like it, and it's not necessarily always like you help me, I help you kind of thing, but it's just, it's circumstantial, you know. You come together and it like you said happens organically.
Well, that actually is funny because it reminds me of like I was talking to somebody recently about AI art, and I'm like, I understand that there's probably cool things you can make with AI art, but all day when it comes to like recording music, when it comes to getting artwork for like our shirts or like our logo or whatever, I am going to pay somebody for their services. Yeah. Because they know what they're doing. And like the people I go to are people that either I know them, I have some ties to them, I've seen their work, or I worked with them before. And like I like love showing my friends love back.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
even if it's just that way, but it's like if I know you know what you're doing and I can trust you, like of course I'm gonna give you money to help me. Like
let me give you money.
Let me help you help me, you know, like so all day, yeah. When you get to work with somebody with expertise and everybody kind of comes together. And another thing actually too was kind of funny to me was so Arnley, I'm not sure if he never went to a freelance show, but he just he was asking me questions. He was like, well, Nick just said, you know, avoid the IWTV guy.
I was like, just don't run into the other camera guy.
And he was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And he pointed out Jen. And I was like, well, no, that's Jen. She's with freelance. He pointed out Nate. I was like, well, Nate's taking pictures. He pointed out Proctor. It's like Proctor's taking pictures.
Yeah.
You know, and it was cool because I was like, I kind of stepped back and I was just like, okay, you know, this guy's coming out. This is who's coming out right now. Like just based off of songs, knowing who people are.
Yeah.
Like okay,
you gave him the Iggies,
right? Like I mean, I wasn't like trying to like this isn't my gig. That's
that's helpful.
But I was just kind of like, yeah, you know, like we were just
the
kind
asshole.
of like bantering about it. I'm like, yeah, dude, get between the ropes for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause like I've been to freelance shows. I know you. I kind of understand. Where you, obviously I have an affinity for wrestling. I love wrestling.
Sure, yeah.
So like, but having been to freelance shows and knowing a lot of the people specifically, I was like, man, this is cool. You know, like I felt cool, you know, just like being able to tell them some of this.
Yeah. No. And that's like, that's part of like our community too. Of like, I feel like our shows are pretty welcoming. Like our crowd is very welcoming to people
freelance
that are new.
Freelance is for the people.
We're for the people.
It's the people's freelance.
And they I feel like new people that come in, they're just like, oh, like I don't know what to expect, but our crowd is very much like you did for him, like just like showing him the ropes. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure. I mean, and it's cool too because like, I mean, I know it's like this at Logan, but especially at Emporium, it's like there's a whole group of people that you see at all of those shows.
Yeah, the regulars.
Yeah, and like you walk in, like myself, because like I said, I've been there. You know, it's just really, it's cool to be like, hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, and then like, so when you're cheering, it's like you're seeing the people across from you that you see all the time. It's like you guys are all cheering together.
Yeah.
It's a little different than like going to like a WWE or AEW show or something, you know, because
That's interesting.
everything is more personal. Like the fact that like I was celebrating my birthday, and after you got into that grueling match with Craig Mitchell, he came up to me, punched me in the stomach, and said, "Happy birthday, asshole." You know,
What a bully.
Yeah, I know. But I also
what an
was
asshole.
like, how did he know it was my birthday? You know,
Well, he has Facebook.
that's exactly why.
That's true.
So
The evils of Facebook. See, Facebook is abetting in assaults on
Yeah.
wrestling fans at ringside because wrestlers can see birthdays. We need to ban
Yeah.
Facebook.
yeah, and you know what? Trevor made me flinch, and I don't know if you saw. I think you should leave, but now I have to marry my mother-in-law. But yeah, it's you feel like you're part of it for sure. I mean, it's a fun time. So
I appreciate that. We do. We try to make it fun.
you should make a shirt that says "freelance is fun," and it's like the little, confetti emojis.
I kind of like that. That's pretty good.
Like really simple.
Freelance is fun.
And then
With
yeah, it's just on the side.
I like that. I would do that. You know me.
You heard it here first. We made an agreement.
We made it. Shake on it.
I get 10%.
10%. 10% of every sale. God, what do you want to talk about? What's other shit that's going on in your brain right now?
Well,
I know we did mention that we mentioned it earlier.
yeah, we were
But
talking about Woodstock 99.
We were talking a lot about Woodstock 99.
So, okay. Now, if my band's playing Woodstock 99, I personally...
How many people would you tell to shit on the floor and burn things?
Well, I was about to say I'd want to play on Friday because I want to avoid that shit show.
You want to be a part of it.
I don't want to be a part of that.
Oh, you don't want to be a part of it?
No.
I mean,
I feel like so this is what we were talking about because I'm telling my age here, but Woodstock 99, I was like either about to be a freshman or I was a freshman or something like that. And I was like trying to think of how I would actually fare in that situation. Like if I was allowed and able to go to Woodstock 99 in New York, which obviously we're from Chicago.
It's a long way away.
I'd get there and I know right off the bat I'd have minimal money. I would definitely not have a tent to sleep in, even if it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think at that age I would have like really, I wouldn't have like really had a grasp of the situation I was about to be part of.
At this age, I don't think I would be prepared.
Yeah, I'm saying like, so honestly, like watching that back, I'm like, yo, I might have like gotten really, really sick, like dehydrated.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I would have been easily influenced at that point. Who knows what I would have taken.
The story, and for those of you who don't know, we're referring to the Netflix documentary, this docuseries of Woodstock 99. We both watched it recently.
I forgot. There's a name for it, but Netflix Woodstock 99. If you're looking and you haven't seen it, which I'm pretty sure you have.
I'm
pretty sure you've seen that thing. But no, as a kid too, though, I remember my mom was tripping out. She's like, "Yo, they're showing performances on Fox." So I recorded that. Like I was like, "Sweet," But now as an adult hearing the story of like this place was like packed, tarmac was super hot during the day.
Yeah.
They ran out of food, they ran out of water. The waters were like $6 in like the 90s.
That's crazy. That's got to be like
$15.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm guessing
it's probably like I can't even wait for Riot Fest this year.
Like it was so crowded, the porta potties couldn't get properly sucked out, and then they were overflowing, and then mixing with water, and then people were like thought it was mud, and I was like, geez, the
They thought
the
it was
rave
mud.
tent, the rave hanger.
They thought it was mud.
You can't smell that, you know.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm saying.
Okay. But yeah, no, dude, when we put it on, I said this to you when we were talking about that. The fucking the beginning of the documentary, when the amount of times they referred to the rave hanger, and they just casually in the middle of a sentence, yeah, and over here's the rave hanger. And I'm like, they mentioned it so many times. I was like, they're gonna come back to this rave hanger.
Yeah,
And
they have to.
they did. And I'm not a big rave guy. Like, that's not really my scene. But if I was at Woodstock 99, I think I definitely would have probably ended up in the rave hanger at some point.
Yeah, same. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I know I would have been in questionable situations, and as a young teenager, I have no idea how I would have fared. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's better that I didn't go there.
It's for the best.
I think my life would have been terrible from that point on, you know? Like, I
might
would
have just
it
died.
would have been like PTSD. Like, you would have been like in a war for one day, though, for 3 days.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what it looked like after a
Yeah.
while. It was like a war zone
I mean,
in a
but,
military base. of
but
all
also, like, it was a lot of angry people just starting more. Like, it was like, it was a ticking time bomb.
they just it was
It was like
And
just
they
people
booked the-
brewing over. Everything's brewing over.
they booked the wrong bands. Damn it!
Yeah.
Not the I shouldn't say the wrong bands because we love those bands.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah. I mean, break
for-
stuff. I'd have totally been breaking
I would have
stuff.
totally been breaking stuff.
I'd have been like, wow, this dude's surfing on like the wooden plank, and been like, holy shit, that's hardcore.
But
And then like Red Hot Chili Peppers playing Fire
yeah,
and
they
all
knew
the
what they were
fire.
doing.
I'd be like, hell yeah, this is dope. You know, like,
Of course, tell me what to do.
dude, I literally, like, when we were in high school, I remember we used to throw parties on the beach, and we'd rip off the parts of the wooden fence, and people would start fires on the beach, and the Coast Guard would come, and we'd all run.
Yeah, starting fires, and throwing stones at shit. That
But
was
I'm
my
saying,
childhood.
like, I was like just out of high school, so like just barely getting into high school. I would have been even weirder.
yeah. I mean, I guess you never really know, but yeah, I mean, like, I guess for a Woodstock-esque performance, they probably should have booked a lot more Woodstocky bands.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even blame the music necessarily, because like at the time, they were gonna book the hottest acts, like,
Right.
Of course, but
And I'm not blaming the music. The music isn't the problem. It's the
Right.
It's what brings the music there, or
Right.
what the music brings there, and that is the
and
fans of the music.
And then it's both sides too, because like it was just like everybody involved in booking that was just stupid, and nobody wants to take the blame anyway. So
yeah,
like
nobody ever wants
like
to.
they had no idea on the logistics of having that many people in that type of environment, and then to add angry, aggressive music, you know, for the most part as the highlight.
Disassociated teens.
Yeah, like of course it's gonna be crazy. Like at least Lollapalooza, you could like chill in the under the trees and shit, and
Yeah.
take your little time. But
Yeah, I don't know. Like when we talked about comparing it to Riot Fest, like
Yeah.
current day, and like I feel like Riot Fest is such a huge like festival now, and like I feel like I feel like they definitely understand for the most part. I feel like there's definitely some stuff that I feel like could be improved on. I'm not the one to do it, but like
right.
I don't know.
They're definitely still growing too. Like I feel like, you know, there was a lot of pushback from Douglas Park, and like then I
Yeah.
wonder like if they go to a different location, and then, you know, we were talking about like the Bears moving and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, what if they did something like Northerly Island, Soldier Field connected?
That
type
would
of
be
thing,
interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Something on the lakefront.
I literally just thought of that right now. But so
Oh
there
my
you go.
God! You heard breaking news
Breaking
right
news.
now. Riot Fest is going to be on the lakefront right now. Get your 3-day passes. Riot Fest,
And we're headlining. East Moon is headlining.
East Moon on the stage.
It's gonna be Pink Floyd reunites. Like it's a Pink Floyd. It's a one of those
like laser shows.
projectors. Yeah.
Oh, this is the this is a projector on the stage
Yeah.
on a fucking like white screen.
And then they're actually opening for us.
Dude, that just reminds me too, like of like from Parks and Rec when they do the Pawnee
Oh yeah.
Unity Music Unity Festival.
Well, actually, yeah, we're doing a split album with that little horse.
Oh, Lil Sebastian. Shout out Lil Sebastian. But I love one of the bands that they book on there is Bobby Knight Riders.
Oh yeah.
And the whole band is dressed like Bobby
Bobby
Knight.
Knight.
And they finish Sister Christian at the end, and they're like, and we're motoring. And then like they all throw their chairs. They all have chairs, and they all throw them across the stage. And I'm like, that's such a stupid specific reference, but it makes me laugh every time.
Indiana, baby.
I love Indiana. I love Indiana. I like Indiana. I don't like some of the people from Indiana.
I don't want to live in Indiana, but like Indiana shows me hella love. Like I actually am thankful. I was talking about this recently because somebody was asking about like our band expanding, and I mean I'll be honest, like I've been playing music for a long time, and sometimes like you spread yourself too thin when you're trying to like think globally. And we're more worried about Chicago than anything. But because of all the other people and bands I've been in that were with people from Indiana or whatever, like I got a lot of ties there. So like the hardcore scene's cool with me out there. Like some of their cooler venues out there. Like there's a place called Franklin House, which...
Shout out Franklin House.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to stop doing shows. They're going to start doing shows at Northside Tap. But the shows are free. So people are there anyway. But they also have some like really... good bands that come through. Like one of the bands, this band Cloakroom, which I've known these members and their old bands when they were younger, and now they're on Relapse Records. Their guitar player, he's also in a band called Nothing, and like they're like, like it's cool to see like they're in their hometown, and like they always bring a crowd. And we get to also play places like that. And we also get accepted and treated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they like...
It's welcoming.
We just know them, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but...
It's the community.
But I love Chicago. Like, I just... Like, I don't think I could ever really leave Chicago.
I feel the same way.
I really don't. Like,
and it's like... It's one of those things, too, where it's like... Why do we love Chicago? It's like, it's so expensive to live here.
It's corrupt.
There's potholes on every street you go down.
There's rats in the alley.
There's rats everywhere.
There's people that let their dog shit everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just like, but it's like it's the charm.
Yeah.
It's the the neighborhoods. The bars, the venues, the people that really kind of make you. Honestly, for me, it's the food. I'll be honest, dude.
I mean, the food is hugely clutch. I think
there's so much good food literally just within like a 10-minute walking radius from my apartment. There's like so many different like really good food places, and like some of them are a little pricey, but like like
you're gonna get good food.
You got like
Hey, you want to eat or what?
I'll never feel bad for spending money on food because you need food to like survive, but like. It's like, why settle for something lesser, like that tastes lesser than you deserve to eat good food. God damn it!
You're gonna like the way you eat. I guarantee it.
And maybe good food should not be that expensive. That may be a different argument for a different day.
I mean, the cost of living in general has gone up, and Chicago. That's one thing that sucks. They tax the shit out of everything. Everything is taxed. Everything's like.
You got to pay to park on the streets.
You got to pay to have a car, and then you have to have you have to have 2 stickers for your damn car. That will never make sense to me.
Dude, yeah.
Why can't I just have one, if any?
You pay money to have the car, and nobody affords to just buy a car. So you're paying every single month to afford this fucking vehicle. Then you have to buy the registration sticker. Then you have the city sticker.
Yeah.
And that you have to renew those every year. Or
then you got to pay the parking ticket. No,
then you got to pay the
Or you don't.
But on top of that, I don't know why I'm complaining about just things that people have to deal with in everyday life. Everybody deals with this.
Yeah.
But sit back and think about that. How ridiculous is it that we have to buy? Why do we have to be registered? I don't know. It's a thing we just have to.
It just goes into the same as like, why do we get taxed on, why do we have to pay tax on things that we were taxed for or whatever? But I mean, but back to Chicago.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
actually sticking up a little tiny bit for the taxes that we were just complaining about.
Oh, he's sticking up for the tech. Nigel, Nigel, calm down. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Nigel, don't worry. He didn't mean it that way. But let him explain. Go ahead. Sorry.
Entertainment. There's like if you like there's just so much to do in Chicago. We actually are super spoiled at the amount of cool things that we have. We have 2 baseball teams. We got our football team. I mean, these are just the major teams. Our basketball team.
Yeah.
We get 2 major festivals. Technically, if you count like North Coast and Pitchfork and Arc and like
There's a ton. And every street festival.
Do Division, Wicker
Yeah.
Park Fest, stuff like that. It's like there's constantly something going on, and that's why I love Chicago. Even if it is expensive, it's like, again, you're talking about quality food. Like, well, in a way, we're paying for quality. Even if we actually all live poor because we can barely afford to live here, it's still like, hey, well, we still got a lot of stuff going on. When I go to other places, it's like nobody has shit like that. Like,
it feels depressing.
yeah, it's weird. It's like, this is all you got. Like, we went to Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the only thing to do there is go to like Mount Olympus and then go to the downtown area. In the downtown area, you could walk in like 20 minutes.
And
and it's
and
like,
the only thing that's going on there is all the fucking people drag racing down the fucking
when there's
street.
stupid trucks making it sound like machine guns going off and
Crazy.
shit.
Yeah, we were like walking around, and I'm just like,
And you go to the weed store and they sell CBD, and you're like, what is this?
CB weed.
I need to go back to Chicago. That's what I told myself. Nah, I mean, I like Wisconsin though. See, that's the thing
okay.
though. I like things for different reasons. Like there's
I like
charms.
to visit.
I love to go to Indiana Beach. I mean,
Yeah.
like that place is worn down, but it's like it's a classic, like it's like the wharf in New Jersey and shit, like it's just cool to like be at a place that has that kind of charm. Like Chicago doesn't have that. Even if you go to Navy Pier, everything's gone.
Yeah.
First of all, and then second of all, it never had that charm. It was always like brand new shit. So there's different reasons, but when it comes to Chicago, you can't beat the entertainment, you can't beat the food. And like the people are, for the most part, are real. Like you could tell when somebody's from Chicago when you are having conversations with them, and you could tell that they're like not, that they moved here from somewhere else and they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. Shout out Chicago.
Yeah.
Shout out
East Moon.
Shout out East Moon.
Shout out Freelance Wrestling.
Shout out Freelance Wrestling. Shout out Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah.
Shout out Jacob.
Thanks.
Before we wrap this up, do you have any last little bits of anything you want to pitch, promote, plug? The floor is yours, my friend.
Well, back to the thing I said in the beginning. I'm Jacob Taus. My handle on Instagram is @LilGrungy, LilGrungy. The band is East Moon, @WeAreEastMoon, or you could search East Moon on Facebook, Spotify, whatever. Twitter, we're also @WeAreEastMoon. Besides that, I think the light just went off.
Oh shit.
Sick.
Well,
I wonder where it ended.
We'll wrap up the podcast
Okay.
version of this first.
All right. Well, so yeah, I mean, I was going to cut a whole promo and just be like, maybe one day you'll see me in the ring wrestling beside my brother, Matt Nix. But either way, appreciate you having me here. And yeah, man, we'll talk again, I'm sure. I'm excited to be on the first official Marvelous Matt Nix, My Violent Tendencies video podcast.
Yeah. Regular podcast and video podcast. The video just died, so that'll be nice little thing to learn for the future. Buy an AC adapter for the camera as well.
It might have been the memory card too. I don't know.
No, maybe we'll see.
Because I think the light's on when it's recording, and then maybe it stops when it's not. I'm
But
just guessing, though.
Maybe.
But
Thank you very much for being a guest on the show. Really quick before we do get out of here, though, we are doing a fundraiser for Freelance Wrestling, for the Freelance Wrestling Academy specifically. Long story short, we are going to have to leave our current location where the school is. We just cannot afford that location anymore, so we are trying to raise funds for when we have to move. If you go to prowrestlingtees.com/freelance wrestling, we are offering a 10-year anniversary commemorative bundle that comes with a 10-year anniversary shirt, a best of DVD, and an exclusive freelance wrestling micro brawler. They are on pre-sale until April 7th, but please check it out. Please buy it. If not, please share it and spread the word, spread the love, spread the gospel of freelance.
Support freelance wrestling, because to be honest with you, they are the platform that have brought you so many great talents, and they're just bringing you more. I mean, I seen Regan Lydale's first match, and she killed it. This is her first match.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of bright futures, and you got a lot of people that who help build their future. So I agree. Support freelance wrestling. Get this damn bundle. Help them continue to keep training, and keep going.
Thanks.